Hey guys, my name is Jeremy Greiner, the creative manager on Darksiders 2, and welcome to your final community Q&A.
The most feared of the four horsemen of the apocalypse. Only death can account for the sins of the past and undo mankind's extinction. But at what price?
Obviously, everyone loves our universe and our fiction and lends itself well to other mediums out there. But as far as the movie deal right now, I'm not too sure. I think everyone's just focused on getting Darksiders 2 and Death in your hands in the weeks to come. But, we'll be the first to let you know if we have something like that coming out soon. So, will it be a Darksiders 3, a Darksiders 4? I hear that question all the time. Ultimately, in the end, the studio started the Darksiders franchise to tell the story of all four horsemen of the apocalypse, so we'd like nothing more than to tell you the stories of strife and fury, and then maybe one day get all the horsemen into one game together and have some fun with that. So as long as you guys all keep buying the games, we'll keep making them, and right now it's all about Darksiders 2 and Death. I think actually for our inspiration it was more internal than external. Everyone knows Joe Mad, and it's his art style, and so it's pretty easy for him to not easy, but for him to kind of look within and see how he wanted to illustrate this universe. So that's one of the really cool things about Darksiders 2 is, when you look at all the AAA games out there, everything has gone super photoreal. Like everything looks like real life, and I think Darksiders 2 is great because it's eclectic, it has a lot of flair, it's our fantastical world and universe, and so for inspiration I think it was actually all from within. Any game out there has influences from other games. Vigil is a studio made up of gamers. So, Darksiders 2 is a game for gamers, being made by gamers. When you come to different influences, I think it's across the map. It's really hard to put your finger down on anything. You look at all the different RPG elements that we have in Darksiders 2, and those come from everywhere, including our own. Like, you look at the possessed weapons, feed other items into that, that's pretty cool. To put my finger on 1 or 2 or 3 or 10 or 50 games would be pretty hard. But what I will say is that, this isn't an action-adventure game. In our genre right now, everything's getting more set-piece oriented every single year. It's turning into more of like the shooter space. So what we wanted to do is create a true action-adventure game, one that kind of harkens back to our childhoods. So this is a game that we want to play, and hopefully you guys can do too. So that's a really cool question, and actually it's perfect for me because my job is to listen to you guys and what your feedback was from DS1 so we can implement it into development for Darksiders 2. So one of those points of feedback was the horse. I'm a horseman of the apocalypse, I don't get it until halfway through the game. So Darksiders 2, you start off on despair. Same thing goes for backtracking. A lot of guys weren't quite a fan of that, so we have different mechanics in there to make sure you don't have to do that. When talking about inspirations for Darksiders 2 and whether there was some left off from 1, certainly. A lot of what we have in Darksiders 2 is what we wanted in the original, but you can only get so much into the first ship product, especially when you're growing the engine from the ground up on your own. So when you look at the loot and the NPC interactions, skill trees, leveling system, side quests, vast overworlds, that's much of that is what we wanted originally, and thankfully we got it all into Darksiders 2. Yes, our goals too. Obviously everyone's psyched about that, and if you got the limited edition, you're getting that for free. And we do have plans for a robust DLC program. Ultimately, we want to support our fans, we want to have DLC content. I think you all expect that these days, so we're planning on providing it. And just keep your ears open, and we'll let you know. I feel like if you truck down the critical path, literally sprinting, trying to get to the finish line, it's going to take you around 20 hours. If you look around just a little bit, it's going to take you easily 25, 30. So that's just a critical path. That's only completing the things that you have to do in order to finish the game. Now we do have a ton of side content. When I say ton, I mean a ton. That's why we need a couple extra months to polish it up. So when you look at all that and you put the whole package together, you can easily double or triple the numbers I just gave you. I'm not sure if we have this coded in as a chibi, but I'd have to say 100% completion. You know, I've been saying how big this game is, and it's massive. So good luck with that. In kilometers, I don't know. I work and live in the U.S. and we talk miles, man. So, you know, when it comes to the size of Darksiders 2, we've said in the past, and it still holds true, the first zone, called the Maker's Realm, or the Forge Lands, the physical geometry of it is the entirety of Darksiders 1. So that's the first zone in the game. There's 3 more after that, and a little bit of other content. So I can't really put a number on it since I don't know kilometers, but yeah, it's pretty darn big. Darksiders 2 ships here in Australia on August 16th, so make sure to go out and pre-order today, upgrade immediately to the limited edition, and get our first DLC drop called Arguel's Tomb absolutely free. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.
Darksiders 2.
Pre-order it now to get the limited edition.